So, Phil, did you win an award for the most colorful shirt when you fell off the cruise boat?
I did.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The prize was they threw a little floaty ring on me.
Okay, on to the topic of this video, which is trade appraisals. Now, when I first started selling cars, this is one of the things that actually shocked me is how little I knew about how dealerships actually appraise trades. It took me quite a long time to grasp the whole process.
I don't even think that most people who work in car sales understand how it works.
Let alone a customer. So we're here to share that with you. My name is Ryan Leverett.
I'm Phil Menzak.
And this is Car Buying 101. Together we have over 25 years of experience in the car dealership. So we're here to flip the table and give you the insider's guide, the expertise, the knowledge, the behind the scenes so that you can save time and money and have a better experience the next time you buy a car.
Yeah, and avoid those costly errors like how this is going to cost you thousands of dollars on your trade if you don't do it right.
So here's a quick story. Lady comes in with a 2018 Escape that she wants to trade in for a new-ish vehicle. And she based her own appraisal value of what she thought that 2018 Escape was worth based on one that we also had on our lot. And yes, the one that we had on our lot was very similar. It was also 2018, similar trim level, similar mileage. Here's the difference though. Ours was retail ready. It had been through a reconditioning phase.
Yeah, you probably spent $2,000 or $3,000 on it already, if not
It
more.
had been professionally detailed. Hers had not, and she could not understand why we couldn't give her the same value for her vehicle on trade as what we had ours listed for as a retail ready piece on the lot. Mm-hmm. What you need to understand is that there is a massive difference between what a vehicle sells for retail versus what the dealer is willing to give you.
Yeah.
This is called a trade-in value or a wholesale value, and the dealer is looking to sell it for this. And in between that gap, there's a few things that the dealer needs to take into consideration.
Yeah.
One of them is the mechanical condition of the vehicle. And they're going to eventually put that vehicle through a safety mechanical inspection. But at first, they're going to take a bit of an average of what they think that vehicle might cost in the shop to get it up to snuff, to get it retail ready. So that's going to come into the equation.
And you were saying it's about an average of $3,000?
It's about an average of $2,000 to $3,000 on cars and SUVs. It's a little bit more on trucks typically. Also, there's going to be a bit of a just kind of marginal plane of they're going to accrue probably about $1,000 for who knows what kind of an expense on what could potentially come up once we do put this vehicle in the shop, or maybe it does need a few scratches buffed out for it to be presentable in comparison to the other retail ready vehicles on the dealership lot. In addition to that, the dealership needs to make a bit of profit.
God forbid that salespeople or people want to get paid.
That's right. Yeah. And profit's not wrong, guys. Profit's not a bad word. In order for that business to continue to provide a service to the community, to you as a consumer, and to pay the employees that work there, they need to make some profit.
Yeah.
So if a dealership is prepared to sell a vehicle for this, they're probably going to give you a trade value of this because they need to accrue for the mechanical condition, the marginal error, and the profit margin.
Yeah.
Now, you can do a little bit of homework ahead of time before you take in your trade. Yeah. We want you to be prepared before you step onto the dealership lot.
You should have an idea, like a ballpark idea of what the market value is of it though.
And there's lots of tools that you can use to do this. The mistake that I see most customers make is they simply just jump on AutoTrader.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I have this vehicle, XYZ vehicle, and I see a bunch of them on AutoTrader, and they're listed for this, 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 and this. Well, AutoTrader is representing, again, retail-ready, reconditioned, professionally detailed vehicles. You can't necessarily compare your vehicle to those retail-ready vehicles that are on AutoTrader. The other mistake that I see a lot of customers make is they will compare their vehicle to the highest priced vehicle that's on AutoTrader. That's also not how dealerships work. Yeah. Dealerships are competing against each other. So dealerships are not comparing to the highest priced vehicle that's on AutoTrader. They're actually comparing to the lowest. Because it's not a museum. We don't keep the vehicles to keep them. No. We keep them to sell them.
And it's also extremely difficult to compare used vehicles to used vehicles because each one is different and unique in its own way. All this appraisal is based on seeing the actual physical condition of your vehicle as well.
That's right. Which leads to once you get to the dealership. What happens when you actually come to the dealership? Number one, bring your trade with you. If you actually intend to trade the vehicle in, please bring it with you. Be honest and upfront about what it is and what you have to offer.
And as funny as that sounds, you'd be surprised at how often that happens.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring it with me.
That's right. So when you bring your trade into the dealership, you're first going to have a conversation with the salesperson, especially about what vehicle you're looking to replace your current vehicle with. You're going to talk about your trade-in. You're going to talk about expectations, potentially about your budget. And then it gets to the meat and potatoes. And the salesperson is probably going to ask you a variety of questions about your potential trade-in. They're going to ask you about the service history, the condition of the vehicle. How long have you owned it? Are you the first owner, second owner, third owner? How many accidents are on it?
My favorite question to ask is, was this vehicle involved in a high-speed police chase?
Knowing you.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Now, here's the pro tip here. Be prepared to put your sales hat on for a second. Mm-hmm. You're there to buy a vehicle, but you're also there to potentially sell a vehicle. Yeah. So put your sales hat on for a second and sell your vehicle to the salesperson that's across from you. Yeah. Take them out to the vehicle, show them the things that you're proud of about that vehicle, walk them through it. Put your sales hat on for a second and prove to them why they should pay more for your trade than someone else's. I can't believe the amount of times that I've had this interaction with customers and it goes into a trade appraisal and the customer just kind of tosses me the keys and expects me to put the best number on it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, come on guys, sell your car to me. Make me love your car. Yeah. And then what's going to happen is we're probably, the salesperson and the customer, are going to go test drive the new vehicle, and the keys are going to get passed on to the sales manager. And the sales manager is going to take it for a little rip around the block. He's going to feel a few things out. He's going to make an estimation of what he thinks it's going to need mechanically. And then they're going to look at a whole bunch of data. Now, in dealerships, we have software programs that allow us to look at comparables in the market, what they're listed for, what they actually sell for, how long they stay on dealership lots, how much profit dealerships typically make on said vehicle.
How many of those vehicles are in that area too?
Absolutely.
That's a very important
thing. The supply and
too.
demand definitely plays a role in that.
Like if it's a ubiquitous vehicle where there's like 20,000 of them used in a 10-mile radius, you're not going to get a lot of money for it.
100%. Yeah. And that sales manager is also going to use a bit of their gut experience. A good sales manager has done thousands of appraisals. They're going to have a pretty good idea of what that vehicle is actually worth in the market. So there's a bit of like software data, looking at Canadian Black Book in Canada, Kelley Blue Book in the US. We look at auction results, as well as a bit of just their simple experience as a sales manager. That's why the salesperson is not the one that actually puts the final value on your trade. It's the sales manager. Now, when you come back from the test drive and it's time to negotiate numbers on the new vehicle that you want to purchase, the sales manager is going to be the one that gives that final value of what your trade's worth to the salesperson so that you can negotiate the deal. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to negotiating the deal, don't be afraid to question, how did you come up with this figure? Mm-hmm. Don't get upset.
Don't get emotional.
Get inquisitive.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of customers that have gotten upset and it's like, oh my gosh. And the irony is I've never had a customer say, you paid me too much money for my trade.
Oh, I had it happen all the time.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, then I wake up.
Everybody wants too much money for their trade, but again, that's not how dealerships work. We have to, again, account for and accrue for all the mechanical stuff that we have to do to the vehicle, plus a bit of profit margin. And we have to compete with the rest of the market.
Yeah.
So don't be that person that's like trying to get up and leave just because you don't like the number that's on the paper.
Right.
Just get inquisitive. Just ask them, how did you come up with that figure? It's not wrong to get the salesperson to explain to you, how'd you come up with that?
No. And you know, the thing is important is this is insider information. This is how it works. It's not about whether you like how it works, but this is how it works, and it's how you use it to your advantage, this knowledge.
That's right. And there's a bit of human error that maybe does come into this sometimes. Sales managers are often in the position that they are because they have a lot of experience doing things like this, trade appraisals. But sometimes they can make an error and maybe they are off by $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah.
It's not wrong for you to say, that seems a little low. How'd you come up with that figure? And literally force that salesperson to go back and have a conversation with the sales manager. How did you come up with this number? Because I need to be able to defend what we're appraising that trade in for. So don't be afraid of that. So, moral of the story, do your homework before you get to the dealership. Also, go back and watch our video on how to get more money for your trade. If you actually want to get more money for your trade, go back and watch that video. It's full of good nuggets on how to actually get you thousands of dollars more on your trade.
The only thing I want to add is something, I can't remember what the term is called, but when they pull money out of the gross of the vehicle and give it to your trade, a little bit of, it's a bit of a shell game. And it's a bit of moving money around.
Hot take, pro tip.
Yeah.
Before you sign anything, you ask that salesperson, would you pay me the same amount for that vehicle if I wasn't buying this vehicle from you? And if the answer is no, stop. Either walk away or stop and ask why. Because they're probably playing a shell game where they move money around to make you happy with your trade value.
Yeah.
I worked at a dealership like this where we had like this questionnaire that we had to fill out before a customer was even allowed to go on a test drive, and a lot of it focused on their trade. And as soon as we found out that your trade-in was your hot button, it was the thing that you were the most concerned about, we would inflate the value of that trade and take money out of the vehicle that we were selling you so that we looked better than maybe all the other dealers that you went to.
Yeah.
But that wasn't actually the case.
No.
So before you sign anything, you ask your salesperson, would you pay me the same, write me a check if I wasn't necessarily buying this vehicle from you? If the answer is no, there's something weird going on, walk away.
Yeah. And it's not even so much like all dealerships do it. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not that it's so much that it's something unusual that no other dealership does it, or even doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't say it doesn't have to mean that you walk away from the deal. It's something, if you're dealing with a vehicle that has a higher gross end, a higher margin, like if you're dealing with a truck has a lot more profit than a lot of the lower end sedans and stuff. You can say, well, give me a better deal on my trade-in, and they can do that for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, moral of the story, do your homework before you get to the dealership, but do the right homework. Don't just compare on AutoTrader retail values and what the highest price one out there is, because that's not what the dealership's going to compare to when you actually get to the dealership. Understand the difference between retail and your actual trade-in value, or what otherwise known as your wholesale value. If you think you can get top dollar for your vehicle, be prepared to put a sales hat on and prove it. And remember, your vehicle is worth what someone is willing to pay for it, not what you think it's worth.
That's right.
So like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Follow for more content.
Yeah, I gotta get back to the cruise ship. Okay.